welcome to the NYXUS Podcast. I have to admit, this has to be one of my favorite episodes with two of my favorite people from the Rooster. Guys, if you haven't been to the Rooster, bring your ass. Seriously, you don't know what you're missing. Michael, Ariel, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Yeah, you're
Thanks
welcome.
for having us.
So when people ask us where is home, home is the Rooster. And the location is not what brings us back every time, it's the people. You guys have an incredible team that works there, and we just love it every time.
I really appreciate you saying that. That's really what we're going for is building community, and to hear when people say things like that it's the people that bring them back. That lets me know we're accomplishing our goals.
Yeah.
I mean, the location's really cool too. Like, it has a green room and everything. I got to see everything with the Vet Fest, so I mean, it was pretty awesome. Because that's where the Vet Fest was. That's where pretty much all the shows are. I'm telling you, it's home for us. Tonight, we're going to talk about the journey, the funny things, and of course, the second annual Rooster Olympic, which is this Saturday, right? Coming
Yeah.
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's right. This Saturday.
So what is the charity, guys? Let's talk about it.
So we're raising money for Webb Street School. Webb Street School is a school here in Gaston County that caters to the disabled community, intellectual and developmental disabilities. So there's kids in there that have Down syndrome. There's kids with cerebral palsy. There's, any kind of disability or medically fragile person that cannot thrive in like a regular public school. This is a school that caters to that demographic. And what's special about the school, just like you said with the Rooster, it's the people, it's the faculty members, it's the staff, it's the teachers. They have managed to find some of the best people on the planet that really take care of these kids who need the extra care and extra attention. But because of the nature of these, of these afflictions, what they need to provide these services and resources is always a lot more than what they're given. So we're not the only organization that does fundraisers for them so that they can continue to provide top-notch services to these kids.
I mean, you guys did it last year, and I heard it was pretty amazing. Unfortunately, I wasn't around yet. I hadn't discovered the Rooster yet.
Yeah, last year we raised $7,000 on the nose, and that was at the time last year they were trying to purchase this equipment for their gymnasium that was interactive equipment. It helps kids, move and stuff. And our donation put them over the top so that they could finally purchase that equipment. So we felt really good about that.
That's
this
amazing.
year they won. Yeah, one of the other programs that they have there is they have a garden, a hydroponics garden, and these kids learn how to grow their own tomatoes and lettuce and a couple of vegetables. Side note, Webb Custom or Webb Kitchen in downtown Gastonia, the nice restaurant, they actually sell the lettuce from Webb Street's garden in their garden salads. They buy the lettuce and tomatoes. So these kids, they're looking to upgrade their garden this year, and that's what we're raising money for this year.
That's incredible. Missy Wood,
Missy.
who's, I mean, you've been at the Rooster. That my second time at the Rooster was first anniversary of the Rooster and Missy's birthday. What a night. What a night that was. That was an incredible party that night.
Went through a whole lot of Jaeger that night.
It was an incredible night. What's up, Rick? I mean, the icon, you have the eye right there on you. Always a big presence at
I had to represent and show some love, man. Without Icon, Rooster Olympics would have been a complete and total failure last year. So I'm forever grateful to the Icon crew and family.
They're everywhere. I mean, you always see an Icon member. Any show pretty much that we go to, there's an Icon member there. There's a pit sign, there's a friendly face, there's a friendly hand. I mean, always. You guys have big raffles for this Rooster Olympic.
Oh man, talk about being fortunate, man. Creative Music Management and 50 Flies, one of the bands that is represented by Creative Music Management, have produced brand new guitar, brand new bass guitar, and a brand new Ludwig drum kit for the raffles. This is in addition to all the band merch, the Rooster merch. We've got a garage door that's been donated by a local garage door company, and several other items. I've got 2 gift certificates for in-home wine tasting evenings. So you can invite a bunch of friends over for a wine tasting. We're so fortunate. But we've got such cool stuff this year. We've decided to change the way we do the raffle. Rather than just buying a raffle ticket and randomly getting drawn for gifts, we're setting up buckets for each individual item that we're raffling, so you can buy raffle tickets for the item that you want to win.
That's incredible. That's a very good idea, because you don't
Well, that was
necessarily
Missy's idea.
want to win that big banner, right, Ariel?
No.
Mm.
Hey, but Midas 22 gave it a home.
I know. I saw the picture. I was like, look at that. It's incredible. But I still remember your face when you won it. Where do you put? Where the hell do you want to put that? Exactly. So what bands are we gonna see at the second Rooster Olympic? Do you have the list in your head? Should I pull it up here?
Yeah, well, I've got it right here. So actually, what I'm going to do, if you'll give me 1 second, I'm going to pull up the actual schedule so that I can tell people when to see who.
Absolutely. Missy said this is going to be an amazing day of love, family, and music.
You got that right.
Yeah.
Yep, like I told Michael earlier, we're sad we're going to have to miss it. Amanda has to work.
Oh, no.
Well, she finished it at 5, so.
Oh, you can come later.
Better late than never, so we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Right, so I'm gonna give you the full rundown on the music and set times, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Ariel so she can give the rundown on who's going to be there for the Misfit Market. Does that sound good, Ariel?
Absolutely.
You got that, Andy? All right, so we're opening the doors at noon. So, right, Missy? We're opening the doors at noon, and we'll just it'll be about an hour and 20 minutes before any action happens on stage. That'll give people time to come in. You can go grab a bite at a food truck. You can shop some at a Misfit Market before the show starts, hang out, whatever. And then at 1:25, we'll start the show with the national anthem. And at 1:30, the music starts. Now, unfortunately, Lowe, due to a family emergency, is not going to be able to open the show, but Missy got a band to step in, and it's Gypsy. Oh God, Missy, help me out. I know you're watching. I lost it. It's like Gypsy Ride, Gypsy something. Shit.
Gypsy Caravan.
Caravan, that's it. So Gypsy Caravan is going to open the show. Obviously, I haven't updated my spreadsheet because that just happened today. So I want to say thank you to Gypsy Caravan for stepping in for that opening slot. That's really cool of them on last minute. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to be there and help us out and contribute in some way, but I'm grateful for them for that. So they're going to do a 20-minute set, and then that's going to take place inside. And then we'll go outside at 2:00 for Devil May Die. Now, Devil May Die is from the Virginia Beach area. I'm really excited to see them. When I found out this is a band that was on my radar before we booked them for this show. So when Missy revealed the lineup to me, I saw them on there. I was really excited. It's always hard for me to give bands that are 6, 7, 8 hours away. It's really hard for me to build a lineup around that. I want to give the opportunity to bands that want to play here, but with being that far away, there's no local draw, and it's really hard because a lot of bands, when we book shows, they've already got an idea of who they want on their bills. So shows like this are great opportunities for some of these bands that are further away to get on shows. So I'm really excited to see Devil May Die. They're going to do a 30-minute set out on the outdoor stage. Then we're going to come back inside, and we got Sleepless Denver. They're going to do a 30-minute set inside. Then we're going to back outside for Nova Omega. Now, we literally 40 minutes ago, just uploaded this week's episode of our podcast, Rooster Radio. It features Jay from Nova Omega. So if you want to get to know more about them, you can check out this week's episode. We talked a little bit about Rooster Olympics on that. But this will be their third time playing. They're a great band, just a really fun, high-energy band. That's going to be a fun set. They're outside. Then we'll go back inside around 4 o'clock to see Head Trip Trauma. These guys were here last year. They were a lot of fun. It's another band that's like 4 or 5 hours away, but they were fantastic. Kind of got like a new metal vibe, a little rappy, a little heavy. So I'm excited to see them again. And then the homies and 50 Flies will be taking the stage outside at 4:40. And everyone knows how we feel about 50 Flies. We love those guys. If you don't plan on being there all day, damn it, get there before 4 o'clock, before 4:40, so you can see 50 Flies. All right. And
I'll
then
try to get Amanda out of work.
Yeah.
Hopefully by 3 o'clock so we can make it. I love 50 Flies. I love the guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're some of the best people on the planet. So generous, so kind, and loving and caring. I love those guys. Then we're going to go back inside to see Echoes of Humanity. This will be their second time playing the Rooster. They're another good band, another band that's from a few hours away. Then we're going back outside for the homies in Neighborhood Alien. This is a Raleigh-based band that's played a couple of times, and these guys, again, a lot like 50 Flies and how supportive they are of the scene and stuff. And they're a fun band to watch live. I don't want to give it away, but there's one song that they cover in their set that I just absolutely love that they cover this song. So come check that out. And then we're going back inside to see Sunbreak. Sunbreak out of Georgia, another phenomenal kind of like new metal kind of hardcore band. Got a great sound. They remind me a lot of the bands that I listened to in my 20s back in like the early 2000s. So they're a really fun show. Then we're going back outside To Begin Anew. This will be their second time. They actually headlined last year's Rooster Olympics, and they were a whole lot of fun. Again, and all of these bands they're all just such good people. I'm really proud of what Missy's done by finding bands to work with that are super, super supportive and just really great people, fun to work with, no ego. To Begin Anew, they drove all the way out from Jacksonville last year to headline that show, and they were just such chill, cool people the whole time. This being a fundraiser, nobody's asking for money, and just to be willing to do that is so. I feel very fortunate. So then we're going to go back inside at 8 o'clock to see Shallow Signals. And after Shallow Signals, they'll finish up around 8:30, and that's when we're going to do the raffle drawings outside. So around 8:30, if you've bought raffle tickets and you want to be present for the drawings, they're going to happen at 8:30. We have a surprise guest. We have an actual Olympian coming to announce the raffles. His name's Clay Mull. He was in the 2006 Olympics in Canada. And he's going to be there to help us announce the raffle winners. And he's also going to be handing out the medals for the winners of the Rooster Olympic Games, as well as host the Final Four of the Rock, Paper, Scissors tournament that will determine the actual winner of Rooster Olympics. So we're going to have like a little 30-minute set there where Clay's going to announce, and we're going to kind of do all the house cleaning then. And then right at 9 o'clock, we're going to punch you in the face with Dove Cage outside. I'm really, really stoked. Last year they played early in the day. This year they're getting this, evening time set. They've got a bunch of new songs since they last played. I can't wait. So Dove Cage is at 9 o'clock. Then we're going to go back inside one last time to see Lords and Liars. This is another band from eastern side of the state that, if you took like Primus and Tool and 311 and Metallica and threw them all in a blender, it's one of those things. When they played here the first time, I was stunned. I was like, so many sounds coming from the stage, and they sound amazing. He's all over the place. They've got a big cello, they've got horns, and it all sounds great. Lords and Liars. Don't sleep on these guys. They are phenomenal. They're so much fun to see live. And then when they're done, we're going to go outside for the headliner of the night, which is Scars Remain. And We all know who they are. We all love Scars Remain. Shout out to the homies. I hope you're watching. And they're going to do a 45-minute set to end the Rooster Olympics. So that's the rundown of who all's playing and when. And Ariel, do you want to give a little info on the Misfit Market?
Yeah. So the Misfit Market is, oh, well, I'm getting feedback. That's weird. Sorry. Misfit Market, we have the first Saturday of every month. And when we have these festivals, we pull in vendors to just make it a nice full event. So this rounds everything off, and it helps people in the community make a little money with their micro businesses. And these are the ones that we're going to have out there. We've got some of our regulars, and we'll have some brand new people that this will be my first time meeting them. We'll have Industrial Mayhem. He makes really awesome like chain link jewelry, and his skull lights are what he's famous for, and they're fantastic.
We bought some jewelry last time.
Oh yeah,
Misfit Market. Yeah, I got a bracelet, man. I got some earrings. I mean, they're at. Where is this happening? At the Rooster in Gastonia. See the address down there? There, Saturday. Y'all want to be there.
And then we're going to have Artsy Fartsy. Artsy Fartsy has a collection of like a whole bunch of stuff. They've got stickers and shirts and jewelry. They do resin. They do everything. And I totally respect that. They got like a mad hustle of everything. And we've got Living the Hobby Life. They're 3D printers. They also sew. They make shirts. And they're just always so unique. And then we'll have Wild and Sweet, which is my business. I'll have some help because I needed help last year. I would get stuck for 30 minutes just trying to go to the bathroom from everybody going, hey, or vendors asking questions. So I brought in some help this year. We've got Gifted 3D. They also are 3D printers, and they print some of the most unique things. I found them last year at the Gaston Max Arts Festival, and they're absolutely fantastic. We've got Siren Temptations. To be honest with you, I feel bad. I can't. Was that from Gifted 3D?
Yeah, that's one of the Gifted 3D stuff.
Little dragons.
Right,
yeah. Then we got Mojo and Honey. They do some 3D printing, but they also they make stickers. They do macrame. They do a whole bunch of stuff. Juniper and Willow, that's our local soap maker. And they're fantastic, colorful, graceful soaps. We've got Stingers and Webs, Bunny Bubbles. We've got Wrinkled Rainbows. Wrinkled Rainbows is someone who I've known for a very long time, and she makes the most fantastic wax melts. They smell so good. We've got Tattooed Creations. This is a local tattoo artist who takes an engraving gun and does it straight on mirror, and her stuff is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's dope. She's got some really cool stuff.
Wasn't she there at the other festival?
Bleeding Hearts Ball, yes.
Yes, Bleeding Hearts Ball, yeah.
She was at the Bleeding Hearts Ball. Let's see, we got Love You Bunches Candles. She's a local candle maker. She's got so many scents, and they're fantastic. We've got Sea Green Naturals. She has soaps, oils. She makes all kinds of. She does paintings and stuff too. We've got Wisteria Daydreams, Solandasia, Maddie and Me, Sun, Earth, Moon, Crystals. We've got Lady Gore. We've got Spectral Market. We've got Monday Designs. Monday Designs is a local artist. She was at Bleeding Hearts Ball as well, and her artwork is fantastic. And then we've got Fantastical Faces. If you were at last year's Rooster Olympics, one of the former members of Dove Cage had his face painted when he got on stage with their logo, and it pretty much melted off because he sweated all of it off. But everybody seemed to just absolutely love Juliet. Yeah, Juliet. She did bubble braids, and I think this year she's doing fairy hair as well. So she's got a whole bunch of stuff that's just fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun to see adults with their faces painted.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, it's like Bruce Stock last year, wasn't it Mohawk painting?
Yeah.
People had their hair painted. Like, I mean, it's amazing. It's so fun. The energy, the level of the love, the family. Like you go in there with a bunch of strangers, and I mean, I feel more like home there than a lot of places. You know,
That's what
it's
one of
Yeah,
my vendors said last year. She's like I was looking forward to this year. She said because it just felt like home.
yeah, and I love to. I hear you after the winter. Hit us up on the website. Um, I love that we do these markets with these bigger festivals, but it just adds another, another layer to the thing that we're doing. It kind of expands on the family of artists. When we started the Rooster, it was really important that we were able to provide opportunities not just to musicians but to all artists, and that's really how the Misfit market started. That's what it's all about, and that's why we always include them in our bigger events like this. Even when we do like quote unquote bigger events on a smaller scale, we still try to find ways to incorporate vendors and artists that into the fold. And it's more people on site to talk to and get to know and build upon this community that we've created here.
there's
Yep.
many ways to help locally, right? There's
Yeah,
Right.
it's I mean, those vendors are so amazing, and to actually take the time to talk with them and to see the art they do. Like that bracelet is like my favorite bracelet, favorite bracelet. I mean, and it's done with it's done with like pieces of like, what is it? A bunch of washers, I
He's
think
got
is my
washers and
bracelet.
jump rings. He adds like rubber washers that they use. You
What's
got
up,
one.
Mac?
Matt.
Yeah, hold on a minute. My husband has several bracelets. Like this is one here, and it's
There we
got
go.
like it got plastic washers and jump rings in it. And then what's this one? Oh, this one's got like these are rubber rings, so it's like it's stretchy. But they're all so cool. There you go.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you have the food trucks. Please tell me that we're gonna have those bubble teas again there.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yes,
and
we'll have
I keep
what's
hearing
poppin'
about
bubble
that. I
tea.
hope Manda's watching. Manda, there's gonna be some. I hope you're watching. If not, I'm gonna tell you later. But she's been busting my ass about those
yeah, they'll
since
Yeah,
be here.
meeting's heart. Awesome.
yeah, what's poppin' boba tea will be on site as well as Mia's snow cream. We know it's going to be hot, so we'll have Mia's snow cream on site, and then we've got the Crave food truck and Hibachi Heaven. So we'll have Hibachi on one, and then Crave does burgers and dogs and chicken and things like that. So uh, several different things you can get to eat while you're there.
That's
Blue,
amazing.
isn't Blue Ocean isn't Blue Ocean on that too?
Blue Ocean, the yes, Blue Ocean Delights will be on there as well. My bad. And they make ceviche, tacos, just incredible food. I mean, there will be something like
That's
whatever it is you're into. There's going to be something there to eat.
yeah.
Sounds
And if you
good to
don't
me.
like any of that, you can come get a hot dog from us at the bar.
There you go. Well, I think there's plenty of choices out there, guys, and the
Yeah, and
vendors
then
and everything. The vendors just add like a layer, while you're in between bands instead of just like looking around and just waiting. You go shopping, you go encourage locally.
Yep.
yeah, yeah, and then we will have a Cavendish beer tent outside as well as nice, Mac. As well as we'll have like Bud Light and Mick Ultras outside to purchase for cash, and we'll have Cavendish. We'll have a couple of beers on tap you can purchase for cash, and Cavendish will be donating $1 of every beer to Webb Street School. So drink that beer,
Yep.
right? And then if you, sorry, it's this Saturday after the winter. This Saturday we open the doors at noon. It's going to go on until about 11 o'clock. But yeah, there will be. We have the full bar inside, but we'll also have beer outside. If you're in the middle of a set and you don't want to leave, there will be a beer tent real close to the stage.
That sounds really good. Really good. JT has a question, and it's a good question. I mean, because, shit happens. He doesn't have an issue because he doesn't have an ID. Is there any way to get in aside from presenting an ID?
You don't need an ID to enter. It's an all ages event. You just won't be able to drink alcohol without an ID.
There you go. So
You can
you
get
can
you some
enjoy the
bubble tea.
music.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't need it. Chip said he hates beer.
We don't. He prefers
No,
shots.
we know. I've got plenty of Fireball, Chip. Plenty of Fireball.
And this he says tequila. There you
Tequila.
go.
Of
There you
course.
go. Uh, yes, this Saturday. So make sure you guys don't miss it. We're gonna try to make it. I mean, she's gonna be exhausted, but I'll just bring the chair, put the
Tell
chair
her to
there. She
call in.
can sit.
Tell her to call in scared that morning. Tell her to call her boss up and say, "I'm afraid I can't come in today. I got shit to do."
There you
Or
go.
or you can say I feel too. You know what? I feel too good to come in today.
Right? Who wants to miss the Rooster Olympic for work? Stinking work. I swear. I swear. I mean, JT, if you want to make the drive, it would be an awesome festival for you to go encourage. It's yes, I need a mental health days. Those should
That
exist.
way.
That's right.
Yeah.
We took that one this Saturday though. We had to go out of town. I was hosting a festival. That was crazy. I don't know why they'd asked me to host a festival. It went all right, but that's not really. I feel really bad. He was like, "You didn't even plug your podcast." He's like, "I don't even think you said your name once."
Did you get
Uh,
nervous?
yeah. I said, "But did
Yeah.
I talk about the cause?" He said, "Oh, plenty." I said, "So I did my job."
Yeah.
Like I'm
I,
not important. It's okay. Shh,
I
it's
could I can totally relate. Yeah, it's taken me so long to get comfortable speaking in front of people. I mean, I thought that I was a good public speaker before, but then like when we first opened and I got up in front of everybody, I just shit the bed. I got real nervous, but it gets easier the more you do it. You know, it's for some. It's such a weird conundrum to like. I really don't want to be in the spotlight, but you kind of have to be. Like, no one can really promote what you do better than
yep.
you, and it's a weird space to be in, especially when like strangers start recognizing you and stuff. Um, yeah, right, Missy.
Yeah. Yeah, we did several times.
So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like I'll just when I'm put in that situation, I just white knuckle it and just push through. And if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. I made the mistake of when we first opened. I thanked everybody but my wife, and I'm never going to be forgiven for that.
No, never.
I was just so nervous, but
Oh,
I've been trying to make it up to her since. But it's the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Plus then you got to also think about when you are when you are a public figure, like people, will take anything that you say out of context. So you got to choose your words a little more carefully and things like that. And that's just one of the like
yeah.
things that I didn't have to deal with before this.
When I started the podcast, I didn't see all the, I wasn't really local. It was kind of like international more. Now it's getting local. Like it's so, and then people are adding you as a friend, and then the drama starts, and you're like, nope, I didn't sign up for that
Yeah.
one. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of just back up slowly. I will fight for some people. That's for sure. But if I don't have to, I prefer not to. Public speaking scares the shit out of me. Uh, this is not the same anymore. I've gotten comfortable here behind this. When I got in front of people, and they're like, yeah, man, somebody coming here to announce the bands. And I was like, oh my God, they're talking about me. And then I kind of tried to channel my inner Ariel and go up there. And I was like, hey guys. And I scared myself with the mic. And I was like, oh, here we go. Amanda says I did great. I
You probably did. You're just overanalyzing. That's all.
probably.
And
What's
that's like one of the way to deal with it is like once you've done it, it's over, and I don't think about it again.
Yeah,
Try to
that's what
see.
that's what I'm trying to do. It's done. It's done
So
next.
what made you want to do this, like interview bands and artists and stuff? What made you want to get on camera and do that?
I was in a band during COVID. So,
Oh, okay.
so I had, my own stuff out there. A lot of shit happened with one of the guitar players, and everybody kind of left the band. Everything's going to be divulged next Sunday on Beyond the Breakdown with JT. I'm going to sit with him and we're going to talk about this. But it made me quit music. It made me quit everything for a good almost year. And then a friend of mine said, "Hey, let's start a media company." I'm okay, let's do it. I'll do a podcast. And then everything kind of died down, but the podcast survived. So here we are, a
Oh,
year, a year and a half later. I mean,
Oh,
glad you're doing it. I'm grateful for anybody out there that's putting out content that's like supporting the local scene.
mhm.
I'm all for it.
I also did a little part in After the Winter Song. I speak in French because I'm French Canadian, and they have me speaking the last words of Marie Antoinette before she got sentenced to death. Yeah,
I'm gonna go check
J-
that out.
JT is an amazing guys for sure. He is. I've known JT for since the beginning, pretty much of this podcast, and yeah, yeah. That's why I'm sitting down with him and he's getting the story, the tears and everything, guys. Sunday's gonna be emotional. How? What made you want to open a bar? What made what was that idea?
Um, I will do my best to make this as short as possible. Um, I worked in and managed bars and restaurants for the majority of my adult life. Right around the time I turned 30, I got out from behind the bar and started my first business. I did really well with that first business, but I would still like in the summertime. I ran the food and beverage for the local baseball team. So like I even though I was out of this business, I always kind of had a foot in. I would always do things here and there, host events, put together events, things, run the stuff for the ball team. Well, my business as it took off, we did well, and then some things happened to kind of that opportunity dried up. So I tried a couple different things. And the last business I had was doing okay, but it was what I like to call a soul sucking job. It was, it was mundane. It was boring. Once I got to a certain spot, there was no more challenge left in it. And I found myself more and more unhappy because the thing that I was doing for a living wasn't fulfilling me on any level, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, none of it. It was just an empty kind of thing. And my wife picked up on it and asked me, what was going on. And I told her that, I think I made a bad decision with this business. We're doing okay with it, but it's kind of eating my soul away. And she said, well, figure out what else you want to do and do something else. I'm like, well, all right. So I thought a little bit about it. And a few years prior to that, her and I had a conversation one night because before all this, her and I went to concerts all the time. Like it became a running joke with all of our friends about how like we're always posting about being at concerts on Facebook and stuff like that. And one night we were on the way home from a show at Ground Zero, and we kept finding ourselves in these long drives home from shows. And we started talking about how cool would it be if we had a place like that in Gastonia. And then we started talking about, well, we should do that. Why don't we do it? And it was a fun conversation to have on the way home, but the timing really wasn't right. We weren't really taking it seriously. So after that conversation with my wife, I started thinking about what do I really want to do? And that conversation popped back up in my head, and I started thinking about it. And then I started visualizing. I started thinking about, well, if I did that, how would I do it? Where would I do it? You know, all of the little details about how to make that happen. And this was October of 2018. I started looking at properties. I started looking for places that would be a suitable, place to do this. And during that time, I also reached out to a couple different venue owners to kind of pick their brain and told them I was thinking about doing this and asked them would they talk to me. And there were a couple of guys that talked to me. There were some that wouldn't return my call, which is fine. But one in particular, and I want to give credit where it's due. I want to give some love to Mick Munchow at Ground Zero. He was, willing to take the time to have a conversation with me about his experience of 25 plus years. and he gave me some really good advice on things to look out for, things, what to do and what not to do. And he did it all and let me know that that was just his experience. It might be different for others, but this is what he had seen in his time. And I took a lot of that information to heart, and I took a lot of information and used it to visualize further what I wanted to do. And so fast forward to 2019, I find the property, I buy the property, I do all the demo, I'm getting ready to go, and I'm ready to start construction, and it's March of 2020, and the whole world shuts down. So 2.5 years later, I'm finally able to move forward with the mission. So during that 2.5 year stretch, I had nothing but time to think about every scenario, to play it out in my head. What would I do in this situation? What would I do if this happens? That's why I think we've handled things so well up to this point, and we've had no issues. We don't have fights. We don't have people get hammered and cause a scene, because I feel like we were prepared for all of the bad shit, because I had 2.5 years to think about how much bad shit could happen.
I mean, everything is dealt with in a very timely manner, in a very, unfortunately, we've seen medical emergency happens, and it's dealt with. It's somebody's there,
we're on top
somebody's,
of it.
I saw, the barmaids don't mess around either. Don't start no shit. Don't start no shit, because she ain't gonna go get somebody. She's gonna deal with it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to answer your original question, thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. To answer your question, the reason why I wanted to do this and why I pulled the trigger was because, despite having some success as an entrepreneur, I still didn't feel fulfilled. I felt like I could do more for my community. I felt like I could do more for this community of artists. And I wasn't rich by any stretch of the word. Don't get it twisted. I don't have money. I had a little bit, and I wanted to use the resources I had to do something positive in my community. Keep in mind, this all happened in from 2018 on. If you go back and think about where we were at as a society at that time, that was right around the Me Too thing, and then you had George Floyd, you have COVID, and all I could see was the world just wedging and splitting everywhere in every social circle, and people were just getting further and deeper and deeper into these like little mindset tribes. And I was like, well, this is something I could do to kind of bring people together, and we can just forget about all that for a few hours on a Friday or Saturday night and just have some fun and have fellowship. And maybe we can get back to being, more community minded, more understanding of other people, because, it doesn't matter where you stand politically on anything. We all love music. We all love art, and that's something we can all share. And that's really the main motivator. And I've said this a bunch of times, but there's a million reasons why I opened it. But I would say the number one reason was to build community.
I mean, it's a beautiful reason, and you've succeeded. You've definitely succeeded. And it doesn't matter if you're an outsider for the first time coming into the Rooster. You're going to be welcomed as much as anybody that's been there every night of the week. And I mean, every night of the week. I think you guys have like 2 days off, which are like Sundays and Mondays.
So we're open every week, Wednesday through Saturday. Sometimes we have Sunday shows. Sometimes we'll have a Monday or Tuesday show if it's like a regional band is touring and they need a stopgap between Atlanta and Raleigh or something. We've done that a bunch of times actually. And but until downtown Gastonia is it's not quite there yet as terms of foot traffic and walkability and stuff. Once more people are there every night, we'll open up more nights of the week. But right now, it's really hard to get people to come out on a Tuesday night when there's people are broke right now. There's just not much of a bar scene. The bar scene that does exist on a nightly on a nightly fashion, you don't really want to cater to that demographic. Like the people that are at bars every night. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but the bars that are open every night tend to have trouble. And we don't want
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, we want people to be there for a reason when they come. We don't want to just be a place to come and get drunk.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
don't want to just become that place. Absolutely. The Ziggurat, we hear great things about you guys. So you got to
Appreciate
get
that.
Ziggurat's got to come down here. Come on, guys. Message Michael. Message Michael.
I like the logo. I like the logo.
Right. Right. Cthulhu. I love these guys.
Yeah, yeah. If any artists that are out there watching this that wants to come play, just go to our website and send us your info on the booking tab. It's got like little boxes for your links and stuff to share. And I see every single one of those emails. When I can, I do my best to accommodate. But just at the very least, send us your info so we have it, and you know we'll give the opportunities when they present themselves.
Right. Come on, Emily. Come on. No, they do not only do festivals. They do a bunch of regular shows. They have drum nights. They have, was it drum circle night? I love that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
have
had
to
a drum
try to.
circle last week. That was really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
they're
keep trying. Yeah, we keep trying different stuff. On Thursdays. Wednesday is always our open mic. We call it singer songwriter open mic, but it's really open to any artist. We have comedians come in and work out material. We've had poets come in and do poetry. We have musicians that we've got guys that will come in and just do drum solos. It's any form of art that you want to put on display, you can do at our open mic. And that's every Wednesday from 7 to midnight. We put a sign up sheet out. There's 15-minute time slots. It's first come,
Nice.
first serve. And that's a pretty successful thing we've got going every Wednesday. I'm really proud of the community we've built on Wednesday nights. The open mic crowd. It's most of these people are out gigging around town from Thursday through Sunday.
Yep.
So like we've given them this place Wednesday to all come together and collaborate. We've seen bands form from open mic. We've seen people, beginners get gigs because of the relationships they build at open mic and just being part of that community. It's really fun to see the success some of these artists are having as a result of having a place to go and meet other artists. I
Well, I'm
want to
glad
give
you
a
guys
shout
have an open night because we're thinking of tippy toeing back into the music world, Amanda and I. So you might see us just come in one night with an acoustic guitar and be like, "All
Do
right,
it.
let's do
love to
this."
see that. Yeah.
So open mic, open mic. Hi guys.
Hey,
Michael said open mic is an absolute blast. After the winter said pulling up Pig's Place looks amazing, bro.
thank you so
Um,
much.
it is, and it's home, and it's really awesome. The festivals, the space that you guys end up having, like with the parking lot and everything, it's pretty incredible that you can host a festival. I think what the first time that I saw where Brewstock was, I was like, hold on a second. Like it's the festival. I'm from Montreal. When we have a festival, we're like on an island. You know what I mean? Like off the island, like where there's a lot of space. But you guys are like right there in the middle of Gastonia. Like, I fucking love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's funny because I really was trying not to be in downtown Gastonia when I was looking for property. It's true. I was intentionally avoiding that downtown strip just because when you're in a downtown area, you're under the microscope. All eyes are on you. Plus, there's like 15 fucking municipal buildings within the 3-block radius of where I'm at. So every city and county employee sees our spot, and
Yep.
But as I was looking at property, I was trying to be on the west side of town because the west side needs more investment. But unfortunately, all of the properties I looked at that were available, the people that own those properties just felt like they were worth more than they were worth, and so I wasn't able to find a property that was at the right price. And when I found this spot, a friend of mine who is a commercial real estate agent told me about it, and I went and looked at it. And it's, I wasn't expecting to like it when I got there. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. But then when I walked in, it just a wave came over me, and I could see what you see now. I saw that in my head when this place had a big wall splitting down the middle of it. So it was just, I don't know, it was one of those moments where it was like, yep, this is it.
It's a pretty cool layout. Like always, like it even has the green room for the bands to get ready in. And, there's other bars where there's no green room. Everybody's just kind of just standing there at the side and waiting for their turn. Gives
we hear that a lot.
Gives a little space for the band, and Ariel's the usually person that's handling the green room every time I go there. She's there. She's hosting. She's. When did you join the crazy ride?
It was
you've been a part of it. You've been a part since day one, because you early on took the Misfit Markets thing.
We did, and I was a part of the Raise the Roost vendors as well, to help. That was to help get like fundage for the permits after the shutdown. And then I was a part of the Misfit Market, just putting it together, bringing vendors in, and then Michael was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about emceeing, hosting, or running the green room?" And then it was, "Hey, you want to be a part of the podcast?" I was like, "Hey, I'll try it out. I don't know, but it doesn't hurt to try." And it just went from there. And it's been a little over a year for like
a year.
The green room, yeah.
Oh, you guys are an amazing team. Missy says, "Have you had to use the new saying yet, Ariel?"
No, I haven't. Nobody has. Nobody's been that yet.
Oh.
Huh?
I said, oh.
Oh yeah.
Nah, don't test her. Don't test her, guys. Don't. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Ariel does an amazing job of running that green room. Like it took a little over 6 months to see. We opened in October. I think Ariel started emceeing around May of last year, April or May, and it's nice to know that there's somebody that I can trust back there. Because we've got some of our open mic equipments in that green room. There's there's stuff, and I don't have to worry about it. Like before she came on, I was constantly running back to the green room to check on things, and as a result of Ariel coming on, I'm now free to, run the bar, and I don't have to worry about it. And it's really, really nice having somebody that you can trust back there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's ask the question. There has to be a funny night, something, a moment that you'll never forget since you've opened.
If I'm being honest, this past Saturday, I'm never going to forget.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fresh in our head, but this past Saturday, we sold out a show for Convictions, Confessions of a Traitor, Detest the Throne, Fault Union, and Esca. And it was an electric energy in the room all night. People were crowd surfing, stage diving. People stuck around to the end of the show, which doesn't always happen.
No.
It was an incredible night. What about you, Ariel? You got like one that stands out?
I mean, to be honest with you, that, like you said, that's the most recent. And I'm a kid person. I love kids, and at that show Saturday, which we posted the video of it, thanks to Ricky, because Ricky recorded it. I noticed early on there was one little girl in the audience, and she was the only child at that point. And I asked her, I said, "Who are you here to see?" And she said, "Convictions." And I was like, "Are you going to be able to stay up that late?" And she said, "Yeah." So after the next band, I went and asked her parents. I was like, "Do you think that she would want to introduce them?" And once we explained what introducing was to a 5-year-old, she was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So, but I did hear about 5 songs in for Convictions. She was asleep. So.
Oh.
But she made it. She made it to Convictions.
She made it.
There are some real stand.
Those kids, though, they tug at my heart at,
Every time.
every time.
Yeah.
Carolina Vet Fest was the first time for us to bring our 3-year-old,
Hmm.
and I mean he has such a blast. He will be back, and now he has his dudes up all the time, and he's
Oh,
head banging the whole time. So we have created the I mean, the next generation is in great hands with all these kids. It's insane.
exactly.
Yeah. And there have been several standout moments since we've opened. I mean, the the first Christmas party we did, we teamed up with Missy from Creative Music Management to do a toy drive for the local domestic violence shelter, and man, people really delivered. We raised over $4,000 worth of toys for those families, and I think it was the first time I got to see Missy cry, um, which was nice.
So lots of fun
Yeah,
stuff for kids this weekend. I come stocked with goodies.
nice.
Yes,
That was a cool moment. My birthday show last year was fun. You know, it was the
that was
first
fun.
time. Yeah, it was the first time since I opened the bar that I wasn't working. So I got to tie one on, and I was carried off the stage, I believe, at the end of the show. I got
You
up there to try to
were
thank
you were
everybody.
escorted.
So it was nice to kind of cut loose for that one. You
I
know,
mean, our Halloween shows this past year, they were fun. Like seeing all the costumes and everything. That was
yeah,
that was one of my favorites.
yeah. Bruce Stock last year was a highlight, another highlight for me. Getting introduced to bands like Nailbite and My Cousin's Girlfriend's House, who I otherwise would never have heard of if they weren't put on that festival. And then getting to meet Waylon from A Killer's Confession, that was kind of cool. I'm a
Yeah.
big Mushroom Head fan, so that was really cool. There's been a lot of standout moments. I've even told like my friends and family, like if they take it all away tomorrow, like I've won. Like I've gotten to experience this amazing ride that we're on, and my only hope is that we can just keep it going.
Miss said, "Hey, now crying doesn't happen often. Putting me in the Jeep drunk was fun for Ariel."
Yeah,
I think
fun.
Bruce Stock was our first experience at the Rooster. And I mean, I don't think we're ready to forget it. I have my festival coin right there.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
it was my first time seeing Dying Oath. I had Mindy on the podcast, and I was like, okay, we got to go see Dying Oath. And uh, it was our second time seeing Dying Oath. But, anyways, I fucking love these guys. Blackwater Drowning rocked my fucking life that night, and my kid found Nailbite. I mean, that was the beginning of a big love story. She is rocking out to Nailbite constantly. She can't wait for this Bruce Stock too. She's like, I'm coming, right? You guys are bringing me, right? I'm coming. So,
Well, make sure
yes.
you come to the pre-party too.
Yes, we're going to try to be there. What's up, Rob? Rooster Olympic last year was a blast. Can't wait for Saturday. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll try to be there for sure.
Yeah,
Come see us in PA. My God, guys. Whew.
Oh, green jelly.
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. If
Hey, dude,
when
I'm a
Chris,
little jealous of the PA scene, man. There's so
incredible.
many good bands in Pennsylvania right now. I mean, Pennsylvania's killing it, man. It's almost like like Seattle kind of dominated the early '90s with pumping out bands. Seems like Pennsylvania is just pumping out all kinds of amazing
I have a
bands.
lot of bands in Pennsylvania that want to come down here to do shows, though. With the podcast, everybody's like, "Hey, can we come? Do you know where we can do shows?" So I'm gonna just send them all to Michael. Just here's the email. Message Michael. Here's the email. Tell him I sent you. Go ahead. Uh,
We're gonna end up with it. We're gonna end up with another. We're gonna end up with a Pennsylvania fest.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm sure we could have it. There's one, so you know what I mean. Trees on the bill too. When, when? Maybe I could. I don't think I could come up to PA. Come on, guys! I went all the way to West Virginia this year for a festival, so I'm trying to travel. I'm trying, So,
Festivals are a lot of work, man. Festivals are hard to pull off, even on a small scale like what we do. It takes there's no way we could do this ourselves. It takes a team. It takes a group of people all putting in work and effort to bring it together. And then the day of, it's really hard for me to enjoy the show because I'm so focused on making sure everyone's safe, making sure everyone's having a good time, all the bands are taken care of, making sure my staff gets breaks when they need them. Yeah, Missy, it's your stress is real high. But when we have a good one, we have a successful day, and everyone did their thing, and the bar made money, and the bands are happy. You take that shot at the end of the night, and you get to go home and let that soak in. It's a really rewarding feeling, especially when it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we just worked with you, Melanie, and the Carolina promotions team on that Vet Fest, and we raised $3,500 for positive action. That was on a day that we got rained out. So
yeah.
I was like, no, come on. And then the day of, when we got there, it wasn't raining yet, and I was like, I swear, if it doesn't start raining now, I'm gonna get really upset. And it started pouring, and I was like, there we go, thank you.
Yeah, it's funny as like it's something I never thought about before, how rain can affect your ability to make money. Even on just a regular show night.
Yes.
If it's raining, less people are coming out. It's just the fact. Yeah. Less people are coming out when it's raining, and that's a bummer, especially when you've got a really, really good show, a really good lineup.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the Vet Fest, taking all those bands that was split for inside and outside, and now trying to fit everybody inside, and the guys did awesome. I was there to make hot dogs, and do the raffle.
It was a great show. Yeah, it was a really good show.
Last minute change up, and it is stressful. I was stressing for them. I just have to do hot dogs. I just bought way too many hot dogs. That's what my stress was at. But yeah, I'm learning. But no, seriously, festivals are amazing. But the shows you guys put on are also. I mean, you guys had the Almas. I'm a big fan of the Almas, and I did not think that I could get to see them. And then I saw them coming at the Rooster, and I was like, oh my God, yay. So I got to see Crystal. I had them on the podcast last year. She was like, well, when you come up to Chicago, maybe we could go have coffee. And then I saw her down here, and I was like, yay, I could go see her at the bar. And then you guys had Forever May Fall that same night. Mm-hmm. And yeah. Amanda completely lost it when she heard Fox singing. She was like, she can actually sing those high notes.
No, Jillian's a badass. Yeah, and Jillian's the one that put that show together, actually, with the Almas. She reached out about that, and I had Forever May Fall had been on my radar for a while, but they're one of those bands that don't play a lot of shows. There's different philosophies on how many shows to play and stuff, and where they're at in their career, it's better for them to play, to go on tour once or twice a year and then play only a couple of local shows. So it was really nice that she reached out to us and asked us to play here. That was a really good feeling, because they could have chose to go anywhere, and they chose to come here. So that's always a good feeling.
That was an amazing night. The whole night. I mean, all the bands that night I spent way too much money that night. Thank you guys. Thank you so much
thank you
for making the bar such an amazing place. Every time we go out, we don't need that much money, and I'm like, be realistic.
Well, the truth of the matter is, when and this doesn't just go for the Rooster. This goes for any smaller venue. For the majority of the time, when you go to a smaller venue, you're going to have just as much as if not more fun than you're going to have at going to a Fillmore or a PNC, and you're going to spend a buckload less money. Our beers are $4, $5, $6 beers. Our liquor is very reasonably priced. You don't have to run up $100, $200 bar tab. At the Rooster, you can buy a $10.
I mean, you can.
You can run up. You can. We do have some top shelf shit, but my point is, for
Yeah.
$15 for a ticket, $50 bar tab. You spent, and then a $20 Uber ride. You spent less than $100. There you go, Missy. Buy the
Buy
merch.
the merch, tip the
Tips.
bartenders, support local businesses.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The merch is important. I mean, I'm starting a nice. We had to bleed out of the bedroom. This is the corner of my bedroom, and now the merch is starting to go all the way in the house. It's gonna be like a band museum or some shit in here at one point. I can't stop myself because I know that helps the bands more than anything is to
Yeah.
buy merch. Like the Almas, I got really excited. I was like, "Oh, I got a picture signed," and then I saw the drum head, and I was like, "I'll take that too." And then we saw Forever May Fall. I was like, I'm gonna take one of those, and it's no, God, stop, take me away from the merch tables. And then we went to sit at the bar, which is not better because you guys have some crazy drinks, and I love them. I love those mixed drinks. What was Manda having at one point? Those apple pie shots.
Oh,
the
the applesauce shots.
Yep. She's
Applesauce
loving
shots
those.
and Royal Roosters. Yeah, we
Those are
got the Royal Rooster is delicious. It goes down easy. Yeah, applesauce shots are fun. You know, we got the wife, the liquid marijuana shots. We got some really cool specials. You know, we tried to be we've tried to be creative with our menu.
Oh yeah, the shots are dangerous for sure. I would love a shirt. I will proudly wear a shirt. I'm always constantly wearing a shirt from a band. A Gathering of None today. Um, Showing some love to my friend Tracy from Blitzkid that's going in Germany to do to do a show. So he's on his way now, or was this morning. But yes, they're going to Germany. Crazy. I mean, Germany, you know. I've had a few bands like that. They're like, yeah, we toured in Germany and Europe. And I was like,
a lot of times they do a lot better over there than they do here. Unfortunately.
Absolutely. Because the mainstream music is really what's really hot here. Europe kind of understood the indie world and how the music is, you know. I prefer spending, like you said, Michael, $100 at a local bar than $100 is not even enough for me to go see in this moment. Unless I want to be sitting and I don't want to be sitting up there. Like I want to be sitting right in her face if I'm going to go, but I'm not going to pay $400. I'm sorry. You know, the Headless Horseman. What's up, guys? Well, is there anything you would like to tell the people that could be watching this episode? How's the best way that we can encourage you guys if we can't make it to the Roosters? A lot of people can't make it. Where can we follow the podcast?
So, you know, of course we want you to come to shows. We want people to buy the tickets, come and support the bar. But, you know, if that's not an option, then, you know, follow us on social media. You know, we've got Ariel runs the TikTok. We've got the Instagram. We've got Facebook. It's all at the Rooster Gastonia. You know, sharing our posts, you know, commenting on the posts, you know, to kind of push us up in the algorithm would help, you know, and just encouraging friends and family to support the video and support the bands. You know, it's my dream is that I can do this till the day I die. You know, if I can do this forever, I will have had the most successful life of any man that I know. You know, whether I make money at it or not, I'll get to die happy. And in order to do that, we need people to show up. So my call to action is come to the show. Come to the show, buy a beer, hang out, be part of the family, be part of the community, and then keep coming back and telling your friends about it. You know, it would be great if we could outgrow our space. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Chester here, the Rooster is the best. Everyone should go see a show at this venue.
Thank you, Jess.
I've been saying it at the beginning of this show, guys. It's home. If you want to see this face, I'm pretty much there every Saturday, every second Saturday, every show that I can make, obviously. We get there. What's up, Mike Stover? It's been a while, my friend. I forgot to ask the question I need to know. The Rooster. Why the Rooster?
Oh, boy. That's another long story that I've told before, but I'll try to shorten it up. I really struggled naming this place. I must have thought of 100 different names for what I would wanted to call this place, and um, I almost settled. I almost called this place Ruse, Ruse, because it's one of my favorite songs by Chevelle. It was kind of going to be a tip in my cap to Chevelle. But the more I thought about the name Ruse, all I could think about was, well, that sounds like a booty club, like a place you go and like dance and shit all night. I was like, that doesn't really fit what we're trying to do. So then I'm like, I'm kicking myself, like it started to feel like the most important decision I was ever going to make. And I'm driving down the road.
It's your brand.
Well, I'm driving down the road one day and I'm listening to the radio and Alice in Chains comes on, and it wasn't even the Rooster that came on. I believe it was something off Facelift. But so they're one of my very favorite bands of all time. And as I'm driving, in my head, I'm starting to think of like the names of all their songs. Because at this point I was thinking of like names of songs. And as I'm scrolling through the names of all their songs, it's like my mind just stopped at Rooster. And funny thing is, it's not even close to my favorite song by them. Like, it's a good song. It's not my favorite by them, but that name, that was all I could see was like the Rooster. And I just started thinking about the song itself and the story that it tells about how, Jerry wrote that song about his father being a Vietnam vet and coming home from Vietnam and how he was treated and how, he's there in the first place because you grow up in a small town with, not many options. So a lot of people in Gastonia are living that exact same life. People will go off and, fight for their country and then come home and you get treated like shit. And that's such a common story with people that I knew and grew up with and families that I knew and grew up with. And it just felt like the perfect blue collar name for what we're trying to do to kind of tie in our community with music. And then I started thinking about the logo, and the rest is history.
I mean, it all works together, and I love the logo with the rooster and it's amazing. Mike has a question. What do you think it will take for people to come back to seeing bands more and relying less on streaming apps?
Truth be told, it's going to take another generation of people. We have an entire generation of people who have grown up in the digital COVID age, and their whole life revolves around their devices. That's not going to change until the next generation rebels against them. And so we just got to hang in there for another 10 years till these people start having kids of their own and they get growing up and they have a different experience. There's nothing we can do to change the way technology has changed the way we interact with each other. And it's only getting better with AI and virtual reality. And you got to think, for some people, strapping on a VR headset and existing in a fake world is so much better than going to school and getting picked on and bullied and treated like shit and getting cheated on by your boyfriend. Like, the virtual world is so much better than the real world for some people, and that's their reality. And that fucking sucks for people like me who prefer a visceral, real experience. And I agree with After the Winter there is nothing better than a live show. So,
kids.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, I don't want to sound, all Debbie Downer about it, but I think we need I think it's a generational thing.
It is because even get the kids to the show. It's like my teenagers are like, they're there, but they have their phone. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't pay for you to come in here to play with your phone. Enjoy the music. You know what I mean?
Watch pit and get their nose busted.
My 3-year-old now, I'm betting on him. I'm like, I'm gonna start bringing him and like getting, those baby mosh pits that they have. I think they're so fucking cute.
Oh yeah.
I love the kid mosh pits. It is my favorite thing ever when we get the kids going in the mosh pit. It is my favorite.
The little girl on Saturday, she tried to start one by herself and it just wasn't working out.
I will bring him. I'm thinking of bringing him to Brewstock, or maybe this Saturday. We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. He loved it. He absolutely loved it. By the end of the night, he was like in the car. You know what I mean? Just laying there watching the phone in the car. He was done. Uh, but
Oh,
he
he
was
played in the rain pretty hard too. So
Tony and him in the rain. Yes, he loved it. He and family. You know, because he went in there and we could let him run around. We could, you know, at first everybody was kind of like, yeah, and I was like, we need to relax. Like everybody's got him.
oh yeah,
He's not going anywhere. Like everybody's got him. Like, and it's a nice way to be able to bring your kids. I was always a little skeptical of, you know, bring your kids. And I'm like, to a metal show. And then I start
Well,
seeing the
dude,
kids, and I was like,
I,
definitely to a metal show. Definitely.
I knew from day one we were going to be an all ages venue. Like it's the reason why most I'll tell you right now, the reason why most venues are not all ages is because it's very, very fucking expensive to pay for insurance. Like
Yeah.
my insurance is triple what it would be if we were 21 and up. So I take that expense on the nose because I believe in allowing the kids and the next generation to be a part of what we're doing. It's the way I choose to look at it, it's an investment in the future of my business being successful. Because if these kids can get comfortable being in our space, then they'll keep coming back as they get older.
yep,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you after the winter.
And it's like my kid now that she came to Vet Fest, she brought a friend. Now she wants to come to Brewstock. And I'm like, okay, bring your friends. Get their
right.
parents to drop them
Yeah.
off and, you know, hang out. Like start popular. I told her, I said, this is your venue. You know what I mean? I said, once, even if I don't go, when you start getting a little older and you go out by yourself, you have a place to call home. I
Mhm.
had to do that myself when I was like 16, 17. Like I had to find a place, 18, you know, because we can start drinking at 18 in Quebec. I had to find a place, you know. You don't have to find a place. Here's your family. Like you're safe
Yeah.
here. That's what I love. The safe. One of my first questions when I met Michael and was starting to put on shows, can my teens come? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it's and we don't really charge for 10 and under either.
No,
Nope.
Thank
no,
you, Warren.
exactly. And I think it's amazing. You know, a lot of shows don't charge for 12 and under, but I'm like, you know, my 11-year-old could pay. I could pay for her. I could pay for my 3-year-old. I mean, I don't care. Even if we go the 5 of us, it's still cheaper than getting 2 tickets to go see In This Moment. I don't care, especially when supporting a cause.
I love
I mean,
watching the young teenagers fall in love with the local band, and absolutely we can go to the merch table. Come on.
you know who I love because of the crowd they bring in? Encre Noire.
Encre Noir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are good kids, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they come in, they bring in their crew, and man, these guys love the music. They love life. Like that 30 minutes that the band is on there is like magical. Like
Yeah,
I
Encre
see them and I remember my 20s, and I'm like, oh, you know, I feel like a little, you know, teary eye there.
Oh, hey, Casey.
The Rooster is the only venue in the area I know that family friendly and super safe for my kids. My 9-year-old loves coming to shows there. I love seeing the kids get into it and enjoying the music and the adults playing with the kids.
Yep.
Thanks, Casey.
I mean, you've touched you've touched a lot of people. You touch a lot of families. A lot of people feel like they come home when they come to the Rooster.
Thank you.
You
Thank you
guys,
to everybody. Thank you to everybody that's ever come to a show. My appreciation is like I don't have words to express how much I appreciate the support we've got so far. I'm so uber focused on keeping the doors open that I sometimes forget to stop and say thank you. And I probably don't say it enough, but I'm very, very grateful for the support that we've received so far.
I mean, you're so busy, like all of you guys. I mean, whenever we're there, if there's anything we could do for you, replace toilet paper rolls, anything, let us know.
I love that her mind went to toilet paper rolls.
It
because
happens.
it happens. The ladies' room, it's a bad thing. It always happened. Tanya, always bring Mr. Monkey. Absolutely. Monkey had an amazing time. And then he met Frankie and he was like, oh my God, there's puppies here. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Because if you've been to the Rooster, you have met Frankie. Frankie is always there with Tanya and Michael, and she
Yeah.
is such an amazing puppy. But Vet Fest, I mean, I got attacked by that big black lab and I just loved
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Guys, it was a blast having you. I don't want to keep you on too long. I mean, I could sit here and talk to you guys all night because it's family. But
Well, thank you for giving us the platform. I really do appreciate you having us on. Any opportunity I get to spread the word and spread the love, I'm going to take it. And so I thank you very much, and I thank you for coming and being a part of our community too. You're a great addition to what we do. You're another layer of the onion, so to speak, another arm to reach. To help bring people together. And
I
I'm very
appreciate it.
grateful.
I appreciate it. You guys made me come out of my shell more, and I'm very thankful for it.
Well, we
Awesome.
have that effect sometimes.
A lot of times because the like I said, the bar is one thing, the venue is one thing. You guys is what keep everybody coming back. If you guys need any help promoting anything I could do with my platform, myself, Manda, please let us know.
Thank you
Would
very much.
everybody come out this Saturday?
Absolutely,
The
don't miss
Rooster
it.
Olympics.
Rooster
Yes,
Olympics, maybe.
yes, and if we can't be there, can we still get raffle tickets?
Absolutely. You can stop by the bar and purchase raffle tickets in person. You can Cash App or Venmo us for raffle tickets, and we will put your name and phone number on those tickets and put them in the buckets that you want them to go in, and all of that money will go to Web Street School.
There you go. So if you can't make it there physically, guys, get a raffle ticket. It's an amazing cause. Thank you again, Michael and Ariel, for being here tonight. I will see you guys probably on Saturday.
I hope so.
Awesome.
Good
Peace
night,
and love.
guys.
Bye.